Biyani Girls College, Jaipur. Today I am going to give you a video lecture on the topic cell and its structural organization. The topic has been taken from the semester 1st syllabus, cell biology and genetics. So today we will discuss cell and its organelles. The video has been prepared in different parts. Today we will discuss some organelles, and in our next video we will discuss other organelles. So what is cell? Cell is basically the structural and functional unit of life. All the cells are composed of all the organisms, whether they are unicellular and multicellular, they are composed of cell. Cell is the basic structural unit of life. It makes all the organelles, and the function of an organism is because of the function of a cell. So this slide is showing just that the different organelles are made up of cells. Let's discuss what are cells. There are two types of cells, eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells means cells that contain the true nucleus. Eu means true and karyote means nucleus. Prokaryotic means the organisms which contain primitive nucleus. They don't contain the true nucleus. Because, in eukaryotes, the genetic material is present inside the nucleus, which is a well-developed organelle, membrane-bound organelle, and in prokaryotes, there is no such nucleus present. In eukaryotes, we will discuss the structure of animal cells and plant cells. The animal cells and plant cells, overall the structure of both type of cells is same. The basic difference between them is that the plant cell contain a cell wall around the cell membrane. Cell membrane is present in both the cells, animal cell as well as plant cells, but a cell wall is present around the plant cell. A nucleus is present in both the type of cells. A vacuole is present in the plant cell, but it is not present in the animal cell. And other organelles are mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum. All such organelles are present in both type of cells, plant cell as well as animal cell. The various organelles are present in cytoplasm inside the cell, in both plant cell and animal cell. Now, in plant cell, you can see there is a vacuole, large vacuole-like structure, which stores different products inside the cell. It contains secondary metabolites, it contains different pigments, and it also stores lipid inside it. This is the cell present inside the cell. This is the chloroplast. Okay, these are the different organelles you can see that are present inside the plant cell. There is a rigid cell wall you can see present around the plant cell. These are the different variations present in the structure of the cell. The cell may be spindle shaped, it may be round shaped, it may be very long cell like nerve cell, and it may be spiral shaped, it may be flagellated. There are different type of cells present inside the cell. There are different variations in the structure of the cell. Now this is the prokaryotic cell, this is the bacterial cell, this is the structure of the bacterial cell. The bacterial cell contains a circular strand of DNA inside the cell. There is no proper nucleus present inside the bacterial cell. Ribosomes are present inside the bacterial cell as well as in the eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell contains the cytoplasm, in which different organelles are present like plasmid. There is an extra chromosomal DNA called plasmid present inside the bacterial cell, which provides extra character to the bacteria like antibiotic resistance to it. And ribosomes are present for protein synthesis. Cell membrane covers the bacterial cell. There is a cell wall also around the bacterial cell, and there are locomotory organs called flagella which help in locomotion of the bacterial cell. Now we will discuss the structure of nucleus. Nucleus was first discovered by Robert Brown in 1833 in the plant cell. Nucleus is the main heart of the cell. It is the main organelle of the cell which controls all the activities of the cell, because this organelle contains the genome of the cell. This word is synonym to the word karyon. So we use the word karyon for the nucleus. In nucleus, all the DNA of the cell is confined. The nucleus is the controlling center of the cell. It controls all the heredity characters of an organism as well as metabolic activities of the cell. Now, there are some important facts about the nucleus. Most eukaryotic cells have one nucleus. They are uninucleated, but in some cells there are many nucleus and they are called multinucleated. Some have no nucleus like mature RBCs, which are called enucleated cells. Paramecium is a unicellular ciliated protozoa that has two nucleus. Now, macronucleus, when there are many nucleus, macronucleus contain the genes that control the everyday function of the cell like feeding, waste removal and maintenance of the water, and micronucleus contain the sexual reproduction. When there are two nucleus present in the paramecium, there are two nucleus, macronucleus as well as micronucleus. Macronucleus contains the genes and micronucleus is responsible for the sexual reproduction of paramecium. Now, muscle cells is an example of multinucleated cell which contain many nucleus. Mature RBCs are the example of the cells which contain no nucleus, which are enucleated. They must have space so that they may carry out oxygen binding, and protein hemoglobin must be bound to the RBCs to carry the oxygen. So there is no nucleus. So nature has provided them space in this way. Now, nucleus differs in size depending upon the cell type. Most nuclei are spherical, but multinuclear nucleus are also common, such as those found in polymorphonuclear leukocytes. Mostly nucleus are round shaped, but polymorphonuclear nucleus are also present, for example in leukocytes. A nucleus has basically four components. If we consider the structure of nucleus, there are main four components of nucleus. Nuclear envelope, which is around the nucleus. In center there is a nucleolus present inside the nucleus. Then the material present inside the nucleus is nuclear matrix, and chromatin is also present in the nucleus. Now you can see the structure which has been visualized. This is the structure of the cell nucleus. You can see the nuclear envelope is composed of two membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane. Inside there is a nucleolus. Outside the nucleolus and between the nuclear envelope there is nucleoplasm. This nucleoplasm contains heterochromatin and euchromatin. Euchromatin is actively dividing chromatin material. And ribosomes are they are present, which are responsible for the synthesis of rRNA. And nuclear pores are also present for transport of material inside the nucleus and export of DNA replicating from inside the nucleus. So export and import takes place inside the nucleus and from the nucleus through these nuclear pores present on the nuclear envelope. Nuclear membrane protects the nuclear material. Main function of the nucleolus is to synthesize the rRNA, and biosynthesis of ribosomes, which are protein factory of the cells. The rRNA is the main component of the ribosomes, which is a protein factory of the cell. This rRNA is synthesized inside the nucleus. And nucleoplasm denotes the internal content of the cell. Heterochromatin is more condensed material and darkly stained. When we stain the nucleus, when we stain the cell, you will see darkly stained heterochromatin. Heterochromatin is transcriptionally silent and helps in regulation of gene expression. Ribosomes are present on the nuclear membrane. Nuclear pores are also present on the nuclear envelope for export and import. Now, this is about mitochondria. Mitochondria was first observed by Kolliker in 1850 as a granular structure in the striated muscle cells. Mitochondria are the filamentous or granular cytoplasmic organelles of all aerobic cells of higher animals and plants, and also of certain microorganisms including algae, protozoa and fungi. They are the main energy producing organelle of the cell. They are absent in bacterial cell. So how bacteria produce energy? That is a different concept. Bacteria produce energy without mitochondria through the proton gradient on the which develops across the bacterial cell membrane. Now, mitochondria have lipoprotein framework which contains many enzymes and coenzymes required for energy metabolism. The overall, if you see the overall structure of mitochondria, there are many enzymes present inside the mitochondria for the production of energy. They also contain specific DNA for cytoplasmic inheritance and ribosomes for protein synthesis. They contain ribosomes and some proteins are also synthesized there, and the extra chromosomal DNA or cytoplasmic DNA is present in the organelle mitochondria, and this is responsible for the extra chromosomal inheritance or cytoplasmic inheritance. They are the sites of aerobic respiration. They produce cellular energy from ATP, hence are called powerhouse of cell. Each mitochondria is double membrane bound structure with outer and inner membrane. There are two membranes in the mitochondria. The space between the two membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane, is called intermembrane space. This is the structure of mitochondria. We can see the different enzymes present inside the mitochondria, and this is the matrix. These are the crystals, ribosomes, granules, DNA. This is the inner membrane and outer membrane. The structure has been visualized here. The outer membrane is fairly smooth. You can see here the outer membrane is fairly smooth. The inner membrane is highly convoluted, forming folds called cristae. Cristae are highly increase the surface area of the inner membrane. Okay, you can see the convoluted inner membrane. Now, the inner membrane is also very impermeable to many solutes due to high content of phospholipid called cardiolipin. Cardiolipin is present in the inner membrane of mitochondria. There are two phases of this inner membrane referred to as matrix side, which is called N side, and cytosolic side called P side. You can see here that cytosolic side and matrix side. You can see the inner membrane of mitochondria. Now, each mitochondria is double membrane bound structure. The inner membrane contains enzymes called ATP synthase. The ATP synthase enzyme is mainly responsible for ATP synthesis, and this is present in inner membrane of mitochondria. Mitochondria are semi-autonomous organelles because they can have their own genetic material called DNA. It's semi-autonomous because it has own ribosomes and are able to synthesize some of their own proteins. However, most of the mitochondrial proteins are enclosed by nuclear genes. The mitochondria in the living cells are dynamic, frequently dividing, fusing and changing shape. Mitochondria multiply by binary fission just like bacteria. According to the endosymbiotic theory, the mitochondria has been proposed to have evolved from in eukaryotes from the endosymbiotic bacteria. It has been evolved from endobiotic association of purple photosynthetic bacteria about 1.5 years ago, according to the endosymbiotic theory. This is the endosymbiotic theory. Some ancestral prokaryote must have been by endosymbiosis must have entered the eukaryotic cell and must be living there during endosymbiosis, and it developed into the mitochondria. This is the theory for the development of mitochondria in the eukaryotic cell. So this is all about the nucleus and mitochondria. The other organelles we will discuss in next part of this video. Thanks for watching the video. Please share comments on this video. Thank you.